Primetime, featuring Joe C.
Why in the world am I sitting back and being quiet about this?
Matt Hayes.
Oh, my God, this is ridiculous.
And Leon Searcy.
If you can't hang with the big dogs, stay on the porch.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Movement from the Jaguars front office. That's what you will 100% take on a trade deadline day. And before the noon hour struck, Jimmy Gladstone's struck a deal with Jakobi Meyers. Welcome in. It is XL Primetime, and definitely digging into what this team can do with injuries, a big concern to make sure that they're competitive down the stretch. A Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota, Beaver Mitsubishi Tuesday right here on XL Primetime, and it's good to see our fresh faces back in the studio. We had a great time yesterday out at the Golf Club of Southampton, but back in the palatial settings here with 1010 XL and ready to crank it out. Big Sirs, it's a big day when you see if this team's going to do something trade deadline-wise that's going to, I don't know, give them a little juice, give them a little bit of something extra down the stretch.
Well, that's the reason why winning that game was so important. If this team came back at 4-4, you know, and pretty not out of the playoff race, but you know, you feel a little bit more comfortable with the team at 5-3 than 4-4, and then maybe the Raiders don't make that kind of trade to you if they beat us on Sunday. So this is a Jaguar saying, hey, listen, we're banged up, we're in the hunt, we need some help. And giving up a 4th and a 6 is a little rich, but I'm pretty sure the Raiders knew our situation and put us behind the 8 ball and made us give up that 4 and a 6.
I don't even know if behind the 8 ball is even the correct way. I mean, you're talking about Brian Thomas going to be out. If it is a low grade high ankle sprain, he's going to be out at least a game, maybe 2, right? Mm-hmm. You don't get Brent Strange back for how many weeks? 2 weeks?
Well, I guess I feel like we got to wait and see if he's going to be out once we get that first injury report.
If you've got a high ankle sprain.
Yeah, but that whole this is the sophistication of
low grade, whatever you want to call it. It's still a high ankle sprain.
This is almost the radio doctor diagnosis. It's a low grade high ankle. And so he easily could.
I guess my point is you're down to Parker Washington.
Yeah.
Tim Jones and Training Camp Trammell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why they
had to make a move.
So that's the desperation. That's why. Yeah. And I wasn't crazy when I heard 4th and 6th round pick, but that makes a little.
They
more
knew
sense.
They were desperate.
Well, I mean, yeah, the Raiders probably strong on it a little bit. They know their situation. They know they're down guys, especially the wide receiving core.
The Raiders just watched them. They know what it's all about, man.
They're like, who's that guy? He's not even on our report.
Okay, I got to give you this one thing. We're at least going to find out whether or not this counts as far as one of the main things that Jakobi Meyers does bring to the table, and I feel like this is worth of that, if you don't mind. Yeah.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
Now, you know the Jaguars, well, actually Duval, special teams capital of the world, okay?
We got it back.
We got the title back because of the 68-yard record-setting longest field goal in NFL history from Cam Little. Big.
By the way, nice try last night, Cowboys.
Exactly. It was such a
pathetic,
flimsy. Who was it? What is his name? Brad
Aubrey.
Yeah.
Who is like the best kicker in the league? But
he has like I think 4 or 5 kicks over 60 yards. So dude's got him a leg. Yeah. But anyway, come on. And so they tried to set it up last night. Aikman and Buck. We could have a new or a matching NFL record because I believe it was 68 as well, and that record would stand by itself.
That stuff here, man.
Yeah, for less than 24 hours. Anyway, he rakes it left, just hooks it, and so I was fine with that. But we are the special teams capital of the world. But we're also known around Duval for what? Drops. Too many of them, in fact. Well, PFF puts out that Jakobi Meyers has the 3rd lowest drop rate since 2024.
Wow, you mean somebody's going to actually catch a ball?
Jesus, are you serious?
Talking dirty to me, and I kind of like it.
Listen, if we can up our rate of not dropping the ball,
does
I'm all about it.
Does he have a tutorial where he can teach?
Well, we're going to find out whether it's a Duval disease now that he gets here.
I was just going to say, now what happens if he starts dropping the ball?
The funk.
Right. Then it could be a Duval disease.
Or it could be, 16.
Let's be a little optimistic.
It could be that quote catchable ball, all that stuff that we've been talking about. But Jakobi Meyers, you guys can react to it. If you're just jumping in your car, you've been working this morning, you're getting in the lunch hour, getting it going, hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010. You can jump in the YouTube chat. You guys are always welcome to jump into the chat and then join the stream. We would love for you guys to pop on YouTube and search for XL Primetime and check it out. So they have a bunch of hurt dudes in that wide receiver room. Ryan O'Halloran tweeted out after last Thursday when Travis Hunter popped on the injury report that there was only one healthy cat in that entire wide receiver room. Everyone else was listed. Well, here we go again. Since that came out, Travis Hunter on IR, a minimum of 4 weeks. And since that has happened this past game, Brian Thomas with the low-grade high ankle sprain. De'Ami Brown hurt again. I believe he's in concussion protocol after he had the shoulder. You can go on and on and on. They had to have some numbers back.
Well, listen, we just got to stitch it together until these guys get healthy. I told you, y'all looked at me crazy yesterday when I said, listen, let's just go in heavy and jumbo personnel. Let's just run the ball down people's throat, play action. Because who do we have? We don't have anybody as a threat wide receiver-wise. So you might as well apply it to the run game. Play action and see what happens, because we're in this mess for at least another 2 weeks.
Yeah, and right now they're talking about trying to figure out with that second opinion the length of time, if there is going to be any more time missed for Travis Hunter after the 4-game minimum, and who knows whether or not he didn't damage his knee to the point where they're going to have him gone for the season, but we don't know exactly how long he's going to be.
Well, we don't know anything about it because they've said nothing about it.
Right.
So I don't know that we can say he's not out for the season because we don't know.
No, I'm saying we don't know.
Yeah,
and
we don't know anything right now.
The only reason I'm saying that part of it is at the very least I feel like they've eliminated the idea that it was an ACL tear. They've said
right, but I mean, but even like our doctor, George Barria said, MCLs and PCLs can be long-term deals.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this could go either way, because usually when they ask for a second opinion, it could be the player, it could be an organization saying, hey, you're going to be out these amount of weeks. And the player's like, no, let me get a second opinion because maybe I could come back a little early. Or it could be the organization saying we can come back early, and the player's like, look, let me get a second opinion because I think I'm a little bit more banged up than you.
I'm going to take care of myself.
Second. First off, he did it Thursday. Well, what is the secrecy? Just come out and say what it is.
See, this is the journalist in you. They don't want to tell you until they have.
Why?
Until they have to tell you.
Because it's a secret,
Bro.
bro.
I mean, come on, man. Are you kidding me?
This is like a bad Seinfeld episode right now.
Like, you just keep asking the same question. I'm giving you the same answer.
Right, and every other team does it. No, the team hides injuries for 5 or 6 days.
All day
Well, it may be. It may not be.
All day they do.
Oh, come on.
Bro, when I play,
Not something like that.
Injury.
Not something like
They
that
ain't
where he
gonna
clearly
let it
has
go.
a knee injury, right? And it's just a matter of how long
It does
it's out.
seem a little long to have not really heard
Yes,
anything
it does.
about
The
it.
Jaguars,
And it's the NFL. That's very college to not hear anything about
the
injuries
Jaguars
for a
said
long
I had a wrist when I had a hairline fracture in my thumb.
Right, I get all that, bro, and I agree with you on all that. All I'm saying is everybody knows he did something to his knee.
Right.
They
They
said he
ain't
did
gonna tell you.
something to his knee.
They ain't going to tell you until they have
Why
to.
are you not just saying what it is? They know right now.
It is so classic. You already know the answers to your own
You want to
questions.
be in the locker room.
No, I'm just saying they know right now what it is.
I just thought it was weird that, like, on Sunday, the Packers tight end Kraft gets hurt during the game.
Yeah.
The press conference immediately after the game.
Right.
They're like, they said what it was.
Yeah, and I feel like that is when it is a no-brainer just based on what you saw, and you guys got to keep this in mind. There's video of him, and there's no video of T. Hunter. And so as long as there isn't,
I'm just saying, like, what do they gain from not telling anyone?
Well, they also know what
don't
it is,
know.
Joe. He's had MRIs right now.
I don't even feel like arguing about this. I don't care. I mean, they're not going to tell you until they tell you. That is it. I mean, we can demand all
I agree.
day.
It's just weird. That's all.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
so weird. All of
But
it.
I can come up with an example of other teams doing it, and you'll go, well, that doesn't matter. I'm talking about this one. And
You're going to tell me you're going to come up with a team that's like the guy's got a knee injury and they wait. What? This is now day 6. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Day 7.
Code of silence.
Good count.
It's not,
Good math.
Not day 7 because it happened on Thursday.
Thursday. That would be the 7th day.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And on
Monday,
the
Tuesday.
8th
6,
day,
not 7,
God
6.
created football. Okay, I got you.
God
All right.
created the
I
ACL.
went through those numbers real quick on my fingers.
We're
6.
just worried, Joe. Can
Yeah.
we not be worried
That's
about
true.
the
That's
first
true.
round draft pick?
But
Of course, like they they mortgaged their future for this cat,
But the
man.
pounding on the table, I demand information.
I'm not demanding it, Joe. I'm just wondering why they haven't said anything.
You just know they don't until they have to. Is really.
And Cohen's been very secretive about injuries since he's been here.
Right.
That's
I'm
sort of
not
like his
waving the Jaguar flag like somebody here. I'm just asking a simple question.
I would actually argue this with any team we're talking about. They won't do it until they have to. It doesn't matter if you're talking about Alabama or San Francisco. They are not going to tell you until they don't have.
Well, college doesn't really have to
ever.
Yeah.
And they could just say a knee, and they never tell you what it is ever. I love the Baloo reporting. He's got a knee. I mean, that's what college football.
Or the best one is he's got a groin.
Yeah.
Blue can't say groin.
He's got a crick in his leg.
He's got a groin. Look, is it because they want people to think he's going to play, so you buy tickets?
I
mean, you got to be kidding me at this point.
Maybe it just is that they don't, like Joe said, they don't know exactly how bad it is. They're looking for a second opinion. I don't know.
Stop it.
I don't know.
Okay, but how about
could
you,
actually be
Matt,
that.
How about you just stop it? You think they're going to not disclose this so someone will go out and buy a ticket today?
I think they're just. It's just what they do.
It is what they do.
It is.
That's just their
Right.
doing
But Leon
their
said
thing.
it. It's every NFL team.
No, they don't tell you until they have to tell you.
Yeah.
And then they don't want to tell you.
Right. And they're going to get everything. They're going to squeeze every bit of blood out of
As
that
somebody who
turnip.
cuts up literally every press conference that the Jags brass ever does, I'll tell you that this coaching staff is a lot more secretive and they don't say anything about injuries compared to others in the past.
Right.
So that's been a thing since day one for them.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised by it.
And the other half of that is that remember how we would rip on the fact that Trent Baalke he'd never talk to the general public. Well, Jimmy Gladstone's is on the radio every single week, and we don't applaud him for it, but it's good that he's there because he is giving out information. And we had that demand.
I mean, he's being interviewed by the team, Joe. I mean, it's not like.
Oh my gosh! All right, we had that demand. I'm just saying,
Matt,
he
how
speaks.
dare he's still on the? He's still giving
you
his
are just the
opinion.
worst.
But he's being interviewed by the team. Come on, man.
I'm more mad that they stole Coach from us.
Yeah, well, Coach Duff loves it. And as a matter of fact,
I think it's great that he talks every week. I think it's great. He's being interviewed by the team.
you got journalists.
He sits down before they even do anything and says, "We're not talking about this,
they
or this."
cut you,
and they say,
and you
"Okay,"
bleed.
because that's what they should do. They're part of the team.
I'm just saying I'm happy that we get to hear from the cat. That's all
okay,
I'm saying.
not disagreeing with that at all.
I don't even trust Matt as a journalist.
Matt's got bad sources.
That's true. See, there it is, right
Yeah,
there.
I mean, come on. You're angry.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
You're angry. All right. So Beaver Mitsubishi, Beaver
I told you that would be
Chevy,
a good job. I told
Beaver
you.
Toyota. We saw them all yesterday at the Golf Club of Southampton. Great supporters of the community, and they are spread far and wide. Duval, St. Johns County. Make sure you check them out. And you can log on to any one of their Beaver automotive dealerships and check out the great deals that they got going on right now. So we're going to keep talking about this. We got some judgments that we're going to do in the NFL world and the college football world. You don't know the severity of C.J. Stroud's injury right now. I demand D'Amico Ryans before we come back from the commercial break to give us a dang idea on what's happening down at H-Town. It is XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, elite service for elite companies, putting the fence in defense.
The ball comes out! The ball has come out!
Each week, Superior Fence and Rail presents the Defensive Player of the Game on 1010XL.
Joe C. and I'm looking forward to a great trip from Jacksonville up to Nashville. And so it's the Battle of the Vills, we like to call it. And if you're heading up, it's Thanksgiving weekend, which is that long weekend. You can have a big time. And Omni Nashville is where you should set up your Jaguar HQ. Now, they're going to be setting up a great rate for all the Duvalers that are coming up to Nashville. It's the Jags and the Titans, November 30th. And you can log on to 1010XL.com, hit that Omni link, see the great rate that they've got for you. And we're talking steps away from the stadium, steps away from Broadway, a great place to post up. Omni Nashville, check it out. We're going to be giving away a great prize from them as well, doing shows there. But just head to 1010XL.com and click on the Omni link.
Homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through November 13th. Financing available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting. Protecting your home building your trust.
License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com. As a contractor, finding reliable subcontractors is key to project success. Prosser here. Guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC experts, but your partner, understanding every facet of construction to keep your project on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they cause delays. If you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
If you missed it, get it on demand.
And you send those out on the line.
Find your 1010XL favorites where you find podcasts and at 1010XL.com. Channel 5, Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Committed to the mission. At Navy Mutual, we're committed to providing high-quality life insurance to members of the military and their families. Because at Navy Mutual, our highest commitment is to you. Visit NavyMutual.org.
This Veterans Day, Navy Mutual would like to salute Rocky Marciano as our hero in sports. Representing the Army, Marciano won the 1946 Amateur Armed Forces Boxing Tournament. Marciano also compiled a 49-0 record with 43 knockouts.
How do you know that your roof is ready for the next big storm? You don't. That's why you need to call me. I'm Ronnie, the owner of Brandon Roofing. We'll assess your roof and fix those issues before they become storm disasters. Visit BrandonRoofing.com today to schedule your free roofing quote.
License number CCC 1328006.
The experts at AMCO have been fixing cars for almost 60 years. Over that time, they've gotten more complex than ever. That's why our techs undergo rigorous training and certifications, so they can fix anything, including the most complicated repairs that come with some of the latest technologies. After 60 years, there's nothing we haven't seen or fixed. It's how we know cars inside and out.
Money tight? We can finance almost anybody. Find the AMCO transmissions nearest you at AMCOJacksonville.com.
What defines a hero? Dedication, loyalty, courage. Every day at AMCO, we serve heroes. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. From complex transmissions to simple brake jobs with flexible financing and the extra safety precautions we need. The heroes we serve don't all wear uniforms. They're people like you. At AMCO, we're proud to serve all of you. AA MCO.
Family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia.
Hey gang, it's football season, and I don't know a bunch about chips and dip, but I know this: if you got chips and you need dip, and if you need dip, let me tell you the dip for your chips. It's Daisy French Onion Dip. You'll love the new Daisy French Onion Dip and a Daisy Ranch Dip as well. Game changers. These are delicious as homemade dip, made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you'd find in your own kitchen. You've got to try the dip of deliciousness. Look for Daisy French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
When you roll into a convenience store for some cold Bud Light, you want to make sure it's, well, cold. Check out the big coolers at Circle K. They make sure it's chilled and ready to go for the big game or party. Swing by Circle K and pick up some cold Bud Light.
Introducing the Jags Stack at Firehouse Subs. A sub so bold, we had to name it after the team that roars. Packed with protein and made to satisfy a football-sized appetite. It's stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, and roast beef. Topped with provolone fresh veggies and our new Duval drizzle. Order the new Jags Stack in the app right now. Available for limited time at participating Jacksonville Firehouse Subs restaurants. The hottest subs in Duval!
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010X.
Cranking it on a beautiful Tuesday. Treat this weather with respect. All right, we had, whatever, our months of 90-degree weather, and I love it. I like the heat, but when this weather comes in, soak it up, man. All right, Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota, Beaver Mitsubishi bringing you today's show, and they got great deals on all three of their lots. Beaver Chevy right there on Phillips Highway as you are in Duval, and then the brand-new Toyota Diggs at the corner of 95 and 207 in St. Augustine, and Beaver Mitsubishi right there in the AUG on US 1. Check them out. They all got great deals and great people. They are there to wow you. So we're talking about Jakobi Meyers, who had already requested a trade once before Leon, and it's not like he had this decorated resume or anything like that. He averages about 4 grabs a game. He's got like 350 yards of receiving. I don't believe he's made it into the end zone, but I guess he just felt like he wanted to get up and out of there. And now he comes into here with the opportunity to maybe fill a gap when this football team needs to figure out ways to get in the end zone, dude. You can't go until the fourth quarter before you find the end zone. And I don't know whether he's the recipe to end all that, but he's got to be part of it.
Well, I mean, he definitely upgraded. I mean, we're in the playoff picture, and he's with a team that's struggling a little bit. Maybe he's upset that he's not getting enough touches with the Raiders, so he comes here, and we're going to definitely utilize you. You know, hopefully he can be productive.
Yeah.
All right. And I love the fact that he doesn't drop the football. How about that?
Yeah.
You know, so
We'll see.
well, allegedly he doesn't drop the football. We'll see once he gets here. But no, we need some kind of threat, bro. We absolutely need some kind of threat.
He's not a deep threat. He's not a guy that's gonna take the top off. But honestly, as long as he catches the ball,
being a possessional guy.
I mean, at this point, they just need somebody he can rely on.
Yeah, and he also needs to be reliable.
Yeah, of course,
for the guys, because you can't get away from the fact that this team had a chance on I believe it was. Let me make sure I have this right. Was it 14 plays and 81 yards, something like that they went down the field and they hammered it out and they were in a great position to score, and then Trevor throws the pick. So he needs to clean that up. And then the other guys on the other end obviously need to clean that up. But we've gone from now scoring over 24 points, if you're a Jaguar fan, to now dipping a little lower and lower and lower as far as the
listen, I'm not a Trevor Masao, a guy.
Apologist.
Yeah. They give you. But I blame the offensive line the first two, not getting the ball in when we ran the ball effectively. When we got down to where Trevor had to throw the football. If you punch it in, we don't have that issue.
Mm-hmm. True.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that, but that we've seen this now in the season so far. People can stop the run, right? People have shown they can stop the Jaguars' run game, and at that point, then it becomes all right. You've got to find someone who's going to give you the ability to not only get separation, get open, but catch the dang ball.
Yeah, I always have an issue. I mean, because the Jaguars drove the ball right down there, running the ball effectively. Then when they get inside the 5, we struggle with it. That's what troubles me. That you can do it effectively for 80 yards, then you get inside the 5, and we get bunched up.
Well, maybe they don't commit to it though.
Commit to it.
Well, they did in that drive. Like I said, if you go down the line and take a look at that call sheet, and by the way, it was 17 plays for 81 yards.
Yeah.
That is running the football.
Absolutely.
And so they had committed to it. They had recommitted themselves to it because of just how dang lousy they had been the last couple of games.
There was also the play record, too. To be fair to them, the play record in Max Crosby was just killing them.
Yeah, he was on the backside. I don't know why they didn't run front side to him. At least you could get a double team. Listen, as an offensive lineman,
they tried to double team him, bro.
I know.
It didn't work.
It didn't work. It did. But as an offensive lineman, we always said we never leave it in the quarterback's hand inside the 5. That's why you got to run the ball, never because he'll do something crazy like throw picks.
Like he did.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the only reason why I'm referencing this, because the offensive line is as much to blame because they put it in the quarterback's hand when you should have just punched it in when you had the opportunity.
And you would like to see your quarterback, when you're in the most critical part of the field, shine. You would like to see, and you can go down the line with the guys that do it. Josh Allen being the guy right now that's the flavor of the day, because he can't go wrong when he's near the end zone. He's either going to get him in himself, or James Cook is going to do it, or he's going to deliver to a Kincaid or a Shakir or whatever the case is. And so that's what you want to see. You want to see both. That run game.
Yeah,
exert your will on the defense, but then also your quarterback make those plays.
Here's another thing too: is the play call. Why call that play? If you're like what you're saying, if and what Joe was saying, you got a 17-play drive and you're running the ball, run the ball.
Yeah.
And if you can't block Max Crosby, you do the old wham player. You have a tight end come in motion, and he literally stops right in front of Max Crosby.
Well,
snap the ball, and if he beats that double team, you got another guy waiting for him.
Yeah, and I think they even tried a few of those wham blocks where they even got one guy caught moving too quickly with the false start. But they were definitely not just the jumbo package, but they were trying to move guys around to blow some people up defensively.
Yeah, even if you had to put a fullback back there, who's that 7th-round pick that we had that just blows up everybody? You put him back there on Max Crosby and see how he like that.
Even if you put Mason Smith in there at fullback.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put Mason Smith in there fullback.
Anybody.
Yeah.
I just got tired of seeing Max Crosby in the backfield.
Yeah. And like I said, Max didn't necessarily have this sizzling stat sheet, but he affects plays.
It's disruptive,
yeah. And that's really what you're looking for. That's the key to it. It's going to be the key to it every single time. And
they knew it. They moved him inside because they knew that's where they were running.
Yeah. And at the
what
end,
is he, 260?
Yeah, he's probably right around there.
260 playing inside and just destroying offensive linemen.
That's kind of what they were picturing with Trayvon if they were going to move him inside. Just that knifing ability, the length, the strength, and all that. Well, I know that. That's your guy. I know that it ain't happening. Look, Max Crosby has been that classic overachiever, playing hungry, angry, bent on a mission. Guys. He was a 3rd-round draft pick, and he's cash. He's got him a hell of a contract.
He found a weak link.
Yeah,
Van Lanen. He was a weak link.
Of course,
they positioned.
You say that all the time too. They find the
weakest link. Yeah, who can you beat on this play right here?
And it might have been McCary as well on the other side.
Yeah, on the other side, absolutely.
Yeah, so both of them. And Ezra went out, Van Lanen went in, and I want to say Jeff Lageman, I think he might have been the one who said it. But anyway, Van Lanen did get off a couple of good blocks, but it's just that constant success that you're striving for. You want to see if they can do it more often than not. And in the end, the stat sheet did deliver a pretty good run game.
I wonder, do these guys talk? I mean, after the first 2 times, do they talk after the first 2 times? You would think someone would say, "Hey, man, swim move's coming. Get your head up. Get across.
Not only that,
get across the bow."
This is what you've said in the past too. Like if they see Max Crosby coming inside, don't you get offended by that? Like he thinks he can beat me.
Absolutely. I'm saying as far as communication goes, just tell the guy next to you, just give you a jam and go.
Mm-hmm.
Because the other guys effectively aren't affecting the play.
Right.
You can give them a jam and go. I mean, if you're athletic.
Punch, you mean?
Punch and go. Yeah, punch and go.
Yeah, so
everybody's got your punch, bro. You gotta remember that.
And this team was just a little over 3.5 yards per carry, but that's also because, like they said, they had some dust-up runs where they were maybe trying to set something up. Mm-hmm. But instead of them throwing it, let's make this the 10-10 take real quick, okay? Because at the very least, you got to give Cohen and them credit for making a change.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pit masters since '68.
So you head on into Sonny's and you might change it up just a little bit. Let's just say you're a pulled pork guy. Every once in a while, go chicken and turkey, okay? Don't be afraid. You can mix it up. The great protein is waiting for you along with all those tremendous sides at any one of your area Sonny's. So what was the one thing that we were harping on at the end of last week going into this game? And Matt said, quit throwing it 40 times, right? Well, they ran it 42 times, and they were over 3.5 yards per carry. They were $150 on the ground. And those types of things, basically you're saying, you know what, I need, and this is Cohen, I'm imagining saying, I need to course correct. I need to call better plays. I need to figure out a way. Even though Max knifed here and there, they still ran to a win. That's the 10-10 take. That is valuable. And when it was all said and done, that was a pretty damn good front they were going up against.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Now, my question to Liam Cohen's is, did you do it because you had to, or there was a point of emphasis during the bye?
I believe there was a point of emphasis.
I want to think.
Emphasis. So we'll see. All right, so let's keep it rolling. We got to get to some judgments, which is going to include some NFL talk and some college football talk. Yeah, that's right. It's coming up.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, visit AA Automotive on Richard Street. For oil changes to complex repairs, AA Automotive is a full-service repair shop for personal and commercial fleet vehicles. Trust AA to keep your ride running A-OK.
Sewer backups stink, literally. Tree roots, old pipes, or major clogs can be the cause. Superior Plumbing and Pipeline inspects and clears sewer lines fast. If your sewer's backed up, make the superior choice and learn more at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
I love my propane company. They always answer when I call and give me great prices and fast service. Said no one ever.
Until now. Need propane for your home or business? Seabreeze Propane is bringing the propane as North Florida's new local propane provider. Visit SeabreezeLP.com. Seabreeze Propane. We make propane cool, brother. Oh, yeah.
Frank Frangie here to tell you about the coolest new thing, a putting green in my backyard that my friends at Sunshine Turf installed. Sunshine Turf can do the same for you. They'll come to your house, they'll create a custom design for your space, and you'll have an authentic golf course experience right in your own backyard. I freaking love it. Sunshine Turf is family owned and they made the process so simple. So visit sunshineturf.info or call them at 904-383-0243 and get a free quote today for your own putting green. Get it from Sunshine Turf.
Game days aren't the only win happening in the 904. Best of Bold City named 904 Gutters with a Z the #1 seamless gutter company in Duval. Like the team's O-line protects their QB. Call the winning team at 904 Gutters with a Z to protect your home from the rain.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I just got back from the farm at Okefenokee. Man, it's incredible. Just an hour north of Jacksonville and Folkestone. I was so impressed. It's about connecting with nature, with food, with community. And now you can own your very own handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm. Everything you need is there. You'll hardly need to go grocery shopping. Learn more about all of it at okefarm.com. That's OKEfarm.com, the farm at Okefenokee.
Hi, this is Dave Barker with IHRS. Are you frustrated with those trendy pills, drops, and lotions that claim to make your hair thicker and fuller? Are you taking weight loss drugs or medication that's making your hair fall out? Whether you're frustrated with results from treatments that just don't work, or you no longer have the fuller, thicker hair that you once had, there's a better way. Our hair restoration solutions have helped literally over 10,000 men and women restore their hair in as little as 2 office visits.
Ready to grow your hair back and have permanent, natural, and guaranteed results? For your confidential consultation, call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or go to hairforme.com. That's hairforme.com. You waited forever for your new fence. Then, strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Pick it here for Oceanside Cleaners, the very best in dry cleaning service. Free pickup and delivery, or use their self-service kiosk in Ponte Vedra and Southside for drop-off and pickup. Dry cleaning, laundry, bedding, and bridal gown preservation. If it's got fabric, they can clean it. Oceanside Cleaners.
Need or want cash? Beach's Jewelry and Pawn has cash available. Ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Hidden Hills Golf Club on Monument Road has a little bit of something for everyone. So whether you want to practice, play, or just relax with friends at the Hills Grill, Hidden Hills is the place for you. Check us out at hiddenhillsgc.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Here comes the judge.
Order in the court.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Well, we like to try and bring the truth your way as often as possible. It's time for judgments right now. We'll see what we think as far as the big stories in your sports world, NFL, college football, maybe a couple of others as we go through, but judgments brought to you by Campione Law, my buddy Chris Campione and the entire team of attorneys. They are champions for justice, and they are right now ready to work for you. If you find yourself in front of the judge, make sure you get in touch with a team of attorneys that are local right here in Duval in the SJC. You can log on campionelaw.com. And by the way, I do need to congratulate him with the purchase of the Armada. So I'm loving that for Chris. That is just awesome. Nice. The new majority owner of the Jacksonville Armada. All right, so
if you guys need a midfielder,
yeah,
holler at me.
You're ready? You're ready?
Yeah. I'm good for a couple yellow cards.
All right.
Hard tackles.
Yeah, if you can cause some damage, yeah, they may need you.
I think your bride might be better there.
Yeah.
She is.
Part of the varmint squad. That's what you need to be. All right, so let's get into some of these judgments. Right now, the AFC playoff picture, Jacksonville's part of it. You got to love that Duval's got a spot right now, one of 7 that have a chance to play on into the postseason. That's what this team needs to get back to doing on a regular basis. But right now, as you look at the top 6, who are you looking at? Buffalo just dealt a pretty big blow to the Kansas City Chiefs. Held Pat Mahomes below 50% in completion percentage. If you had to put together an order, and I'm just going to give you an idea of right now who's moving up. The Ravens, they still have a reasonable chance to win the AFC North. But when you consider what the Steelers just did to the Colts, that at least raised your eyebrow a little bit. The Broncos go on the road and beat Houston. You got the Chargers. Now they've got another bad injury, but they're still winning. And, of course, you got the Texans, who this team will face. What you looking at as far as your top 6?
All right, you want me to start from 6?
Yeah,
Or you want to start?
6 up.
6 up, all right. My number 6 team is the Steelers.
Okay.
Got the Steelers after what they did against the Colts.
Yeah.
You know, where they had 6 turnovers, 5 sacks.
They worked.
Gathered them pretty well.
They worked Danny Jones.
Brought them down to earth a little bit, right? And my number 5 team, even though they lost, Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
All right. They got worked a little bit by Buffalo.
You better not.
But as long as they got 15, I'm not going to exclude it, ever exclude it. Number 4, the Colts, they dipped a little bit. They were at the number 1. They dipped a little bit after that debacle in Steeltown. My number 3 team, New England Patriots.
Oh,
I like the Patriots.
Okay.
I like Drake May and the Patriots. I think they're playing good football right now. My number 2 team, I might be a prisoner of the moment, but I got my number 2, Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, hard to argue with.
Hard to argue. You know, the dismantling of Patrick Mahomes, Bills Mafia, they got it done. And my number 1 team is the Broncos.
You are putting the Broncos up there at the top.
I like the Broncos at the top. Absolutely. Both sides of the ball.
It's interesting because Bo Nix is like, that was not a pretty game for them, but they still did. They are a really, really good defensive team. And you know that Sean Payton and Bo Nix, they're going to be able to dial up when they need to. They've doubled their playoff chances as far as being at the top as far as that number 1 seed goes. All right, Matty, who are you looking at?
So I'm starting out with the Patriots. I love what Drake May's doing, man. He's completely changed.
Love the Drake.
Completely changed that team. It's just, it's
his numbers are sound, bro. He does well with the football and he doesn't make too many mistakes.
Yeah, it's remarkable actually how different they are as a team.
Yeah,
with him there.
And a great head coach.
Yeah, obviously and a great head coach. So I like the Chiefs at 5. I don't know why. But I still feel like with Mahomes, it's.
I'll just tell you,
it's the old JJ rule.
Yeah,
it's Mahomes, bro.
I have the Chiefs above both of y'all. Okay.
All right, I got the the Seahawks at 4. Seahawks, I think, are
AFC.
Oh, we're just doing AFC.
Yeah,
AFC.
We're trying to keep
top 6.
Yeah, we're trying to keep Jacksonville in that top 7. So who are the top 6 that are right above them when you start taking a look at this? I'll just throw mine out there right now.
Out there because I thought we were doing all 6.
Because right now the Ravens are trying to claw their way back in. They beat a bad Miami team, but when healthy, you can see who they are. And so they're the team right now that has dropped from one of the betting favorites down to the middle of the pack. But I'm still going to put them in that top 6. I got to include the Chargers. We're just going to see whether or not they can get the job done going forward. So that's 6, that's 5.
Joe Alt out for the year, by the way.
Yeah, Joe Alt with that ankle surgery, so he's going to be gone. And it is not helping them at all.
Still a great player, so I shouldn't have said it. He's just one guy.
He is a great player.
Only a blindside protector. That's all. Don't need it.
And then I'll put the Broncos next because I really want to see exactly what they can do because on the road, Bo Nix is not as good. And they did struggle, but you got to give them credit. They did win that football game, so you definitely have to love on them a little bit for that reason alone. And then you got to include the Colts, even though they lost that game and Danny Dimes came back to the pack. I'll put them 3. I'll put the Chiefs 2, and then I'll put the Bills number 1.
All right, I got Patriots, Chiefs, Steelers.
You're still going to put them in there?
Impressive.
Yeah,
I think what they did was impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think you're kind of seeing what they can be there. And I got the Colts right after them. And I know they just beat the Colts, but I can't ignore what I've seen from the Colts already. And one back, that's an NFL game, by the way. That game is one of those where you're like, oh, yeah, there it is. That's the NFL showing
Tons
you
of
what it is.
turnovers. Of course they're not going to win.
It's a team that's hot, a team that's 7-1, going against a team that's desperate. That is the NFL in a nutshell, that game.
Yeah.
Period. I got the Broncos at 2, and I got the Bills at 1.
Yeah. And the Bills right now, even though they do give up their share of points, they can create and score. And what they did defensively, you got to give them credit against Mahomes. Now, Mahomes, at the end, still had a chance, and it was still a one-score ball game.
But you know what? We always say this when the Bills beat the Chiefs, that they have the blueprint to beat them. And when it comes playoff time, I don't know what happens to that blueprint.
Yeah.
Null and void.
Yeah,
it's just the Chiefs don't really take the regular season seriously at all. You can't even look at any of these games.
Well, they better start. They better start this year. I'll tell you that because I got news. The Jags got the tiebreaker.
Yeah, they experiment a little bit. And
honestly, you need to. I know we're early, but you need to start looking at things like that.
I saw the odds. Sorry to cut you off, but for the Chiefs to make the playoffs, they're not in it right now.
Yeah.
If the playoffs started today, but what do you think their odds are to make the playoffs?
Oh, you probably still have to bet
70%?
more.
A lot more.
Yeah.
Minus 600
Minus
plus.
600. So it's still not a. No one is looking and excluding the Kansas City Chiefs.
So if the season ends today, so you got the Patriots, the
Chiefs
Bills
are out.
2.
Yeah.
You've got the Colts 3. You've got the Broncos 4, and then you got the Chargers 5 at 6-3, and then you're down to the Jags at 5-3, and the Steelers. No, the Steelers are in because they're champion.
Right now, yeah. When you take a look at the way the wild card works and those that are right now leading the divisions. All right, so that's where we are. Jacksonville has an ideal spot if they can go and beat the Houston Texans this weekend. We don't know where C.J. Stroud is. All right, let's get real quick to the college football world when we talk about judgments. I just want you guys to know this. Since 2014, since the college football playoff era began, buyouts, firing coaches, getting them to leave, paying them not to be there has now reached $1 billion. Huge, nasty cash. That is incredible. $1 billion. I'll give you some more numbers on that.
What's Jimmy Sexton's cut?
It's unreal. Just take 6% or 3% or whatever.
I thought all this money wasn't sustainable. If we, paying all this.
They can't pay the players, Leon. They can only pay coaches to not coach.
Yeah, there you go, that part.
All right, I'm going to rattle off a few of these. You guys jump in judgment-wise on where you're at. Favorites for these jobs, just based on how things are going right now, and who knows. Believe it or not, Joe Brady has moved up in the eyes of some of the people trying to forecast what LSU is going to do. John Summerall, still the favorite, believe it or not. He stays in the state of Louisiana. He moves up from the Sun Belt world and into the SEC world. But Joe Brady is picking up some steam. Rhett Lashley is picking up some steam for Arkansas. Drinkwitz still one of the better betting favorites for the Florida Gators if Lane Kiffin stays.
Drinkwitz is currently the betting favorite for the Florida Gators. I think that's just because of the opportunity for Lane to stay.
Yeah.
Rhett Lashley's not leaving SMU.
He just got the contract.
A ton of money. That's number one.
They just got the contract.
Number two, why would you go with that job? It might be the worst job in the SEC.
I think I would stay if I'm Rhett where I'm at because Dallas.
Yeah, he's not doing that.
They got plenty of big money and plenty of big
here's another
backers.
thing too about Joe Brady. He doesn't like college football.
Well, it's a head coaching job.
I know it is. He can get a head coaching job in the NFL.
He might. He was a finalist. I believe a finalist for a couple of jobs last year.
There'll be 6 or 7 jobs open at the end of the year, right?
Yeah, he was a candidate at the very least. So
if you're offered the LSU head coaching job, you think Joe Brady's going to turn that down?
I'm telling you right now, he doesn't like college football.
Yeah. Well, he's a great play caller.
He might change his mind. I don't know, JJ. All I'm saying is he made it very clear that the NFL was what he wanted to do.
I don't like
when he
pop
was the OC
music,
at
but
LSU.
if MTV called me with a job, I'd probably take it.
Would you?
I don't know.
All right, real quick.
All right, so then what was the other one? I think Summerall's a favorite at LSU, actually.
Yeah.
Summerall,
and it's kind of odd because everyone says it's such a plum job. Are you sure you want to go to Tulane to get your guy? He's a proven guy, but then that whole Sun Belt Billy experiment didn't work out for Florida. Will Summerall work out for
There's
LSU?
got to be doesn't there have to be a market correction right now at some point where these ideas of paying guys $90 million to come coach? There's got to be a correction somewhere.
All right, so let's
has to be.
Yeah, let's stay right there. We'll carry this conversation over coming up here in just a second as we're talking judgments. And honestly, these decisions these ADs have to make, they ain't going to be easy. And you can end up looking really dumb or looking really smart based on who you hire.
Here comes the judge. Litigated by Campione Law, champions for justice. XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. Saddle up for a stampede deep in the heart of Texas. It's a Lone Star State showdown as the Jags' claws get hooked on horns in a fierce divisional fight. Jaguars, Texans.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Sunday at 1 on the home of the Jaguars. 1010 XL.
Mike Dempsey for Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacksonville Beach. If your roof's got any damage, if it leaks, if it's just old and ugly, call my friends at Apex Roofing. But Mike, roofs are so expensive. It's true, quality roofing is not cheap, but Apex Roofing has up to 100% financing available, so you don't have to compromise quality for budget. Apex Roofing, no shortcuts, no stress, just quality work with financing available. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacksonville Beach. ApexRoofingFL.com.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Basketball season is here, and now you can mix and match football and basketball and win big with Prize Picks, where being right can get you paid on America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. All you do is pick more or less on at least 2 player stat projections and watch your winnings roll in. Justin Herbert, more or less than 241 passing yards. Austin Reeves, more or less than 22 points. It's just that simple, everybody. And here's the best part. Prize Picks offers an injury insurance reboot. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss. Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks, where you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. And with Flex Play, you can double your money, even if one of your picks doesn't hit. And all Prize Picks withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Download the Prize Picks app today, use promo code 1010XL, and get $50 in lineups instantly when you play $5 in lineups. That's promo code 1010XL to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5 in lineups. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Hey, Hicken here. Tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bowden Eye & Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like EVO implantable Collamer lenses or refractive lens exchange and classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now for your free screening. Bowden Eye & Associates, they're keeping the First Coast focused.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On November 4, 2007, Vikings running back Adrian Peterson set the NFL single-game rushing record with 296 yards.
It's holiday season and it's not too late to find the perfect spot to celebrate with your team. Fourscore is a place that brings the energy, where great food, craft drinks, and unreal vibes meet cutting-edge full-swing simulators. Don't play golf? Do not worry. With over 40 interactive games, Fourscore has something that everyone will enjoy. Perfect for company outings, birthdays, and even private events that go beyond the ordinary. With locations in historic San Marco and centrally located Gate Parkway, Fourscore is ready to make your next celebration unforgettable. Hit the easy button and book your event today at fourscoregolf.com.
I'm Stacy, and I want to tell you about my fogged up window fiasco at my house. I called up Mac at Baker Glass, and he told me all I needed was a glass replacement. The process was so easy. All within a few days, they came out, measured, called me with an estimate, cut my glass, and came out to install the new ones. Now my view outside is fog-free thanks to Mac and his crew at Baker Glass. And my neighbors think I got some fancy new windows.
I'm Mac with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Hacker here, and I recently celebrated a birthday with friends and family, and a lot of photos were taken. And you go on Facebook and you look, and you have those memories of years past on the same day. And I saw pictures of myself from 2 years ago. I couldn't believe it. I absolutely couldn't believe it. That's back when I was over 300 pounds. I mean, I was in a bad spot in life with my weight. And now here we are, my birthday in 2025, down over 100 pounds, keeping the weight off. I look like a completely different human being. I can't tell you how many times I'm told that pretty much on a daily basis by people who haven't seen me in quite some time. Go to awaken180weightloss.com, awaken180weightloss.com. I'm living proof. If you want to drop the weight, Awaken 180 Weight Loss is your answer. 844-346-1800.
Keeping kids active is a full-time job for parents, so let I-9 Sports help. They've got winter and spring registration open right now for kids all over the First Coast to enjoy their favorite sports. Log on to i9sports.com and don't miss out on the upcoming seasons. Enter 1010 in the promo code.
1010XL, presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch. XXL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
You got the Beaver dealers ready to deal with you. They're there to wow you, and they got that lineup. And we're talking SUVs, beautiful sedans, the big trucks. It could be the Tacoma, the Tundra, the Colorado, the Silverado, you name it. And Mitsubishi Strong down in the AUG. Make sure you check out all three dealerships and log on and check out Beaver Automotive. So
hang on real quick. Yeah. So we're going over the USA Today College Coaching Database, how much these guys make.
They make a lot.
And we're trying to figure out what Florida's going to have to pay to get a coach they want. After
we just said a minute ago, the buyouts in just over a decade have reached $1 billion.
So the highest paid coach is Kirby at $13.2 million. Then Ryan Day at $12.5. Then Lincoln Riley at $11.5.
No, he's making a ton.
Then Dabo at $11.4 for those 5 losses. But you got to go down to 11th on the list of all coaches. There's Eli Drinkwitz. $9 million annually.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to pay that cat $12 million to leave Missouri to go to Florida.
You're gonna have to, you got
7 years, $12 million. So you're gonna have to pay him $84 million.
There's certainly better ways to spend.
Come on.
$12 million than Eli Drinkwitz.
I would not want to put that amount of money in Drink's back pocket.
Let me tell you something. If you get
I
Kiffin,
want to Drinkwitz.
Let's say Kiffin wants to go to Florida, okay? Yeah. Even though they're going to be 11-1, they're going to be a high seed in the playoff. They're going to have a first-round home playoff game. Let's say he wants to go to Florida. He is not going to Florida unless you make him either the highest-paid coach or right at it.
Kirby
which means he's going to be making $13 million.
Yeah, I got no problem.
7 years.
By the way, I have a prediction.
Yeah.
Mississippi State beats them this weekend.
Yeah. Ole Miss.
That's that's Thanksgiving.
That's the Egg Bowl.
It's the Egg Bowl. They played the Citadel this week.
Yeah.
Then they play Florida.
Okay.
At home.
My bad.
Yeah, Egg Bowl, and it could
who does Mississippi State play this weekend?
That's the game you're talking about. Yes, Georgia.
I agree. That's what I was going to say.
That's a dangerous game.
Going to lose to Mississippi State.
I agree with you on that.
And especially after they exhale after a great game.
It's at Mississippi State. It's at noon. It's a sleepy kickoff time.
Yep.
Coming off a win against your rival. Just watch out, dogs.
Mississippi State lost to Texas, but twice in that game at the end they were up by 2 scores.
Yeah, they should have won that game.
Plus, last year they only won by 10 that game.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
At home, and Mississippi State scored 31 on them last year.
Wow.
And once again, I'm going to say this again, so everyone will hear me say it again. Georgia hasn't covered anybody since 2023, and Mississippi State throws the ball all over the place.
Jeff Levy, got to give him credit. But just going back to the numbers, okay, let's just put your name here, right? It could be anybody. They're Florida or LSU. We can use either one of these as an argument. They're going to have to pay them $9+ million, and you might as well say double digits.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you're going to have to double-digit pay somebody.
100%.
Somebody.
In the upper levels of double-digit.
Right. And so then you say to yourself, okay, if your name here is getting paid double-digit millions, then now you look at it as saying, I'm adding 3 to that to get Lane. And then it makes sense. You have to do something like that.
See, it doesn't make sense to me. Fiscally, it doesn't make sense to me.
I know, but none of this does.
The fan in you, it makes sense to you.
Yeah, you're the preacher who says they'll just keep finding money. And when I tell you there's $1 billion that's laying out there over the last decade, that's scar tissue for athletic directors and university associations that have had to pay their A's off to get people to go away.
So
it's unbelievable.
The problem Billy Vanilli did to Florida, really to everybody, is now you look at Group of 5 coaches differently. Now you're like, well, I can't take a chance on another Group of 5 coach because this guy's the worst coach we had since 1940. So then you can't take an Alex Golesh because the fan base will riot if you take Alex Golesh.
And he's a good coach, too.
He's a terrific coach.
Yeah.
But the fan base would lose it if you hired Alex Golesh.
Yeah. All right, hit us, JJ.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
Huge trade in the AFC South. The Colts just traded 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner.
Wow.
2 firsts.
So they said, I see your Jakobi Meyers trade.
Right.
Yeah.
I raise you.
Hold my beer.
We got to deal with that.
Wow.
Are you kidding?
Twice.
2 firsts.
2 firsts.
For Sauce.
To the Jets.
Oh, that's saucy.
Yeah.
That is.
Wow. I mean, you guys are being
Saucy
a little
nugs.
That's a big
You're being
price.
a little underdeserving to Jakobi Myers. Let's see what he can do on Sauce, all right? Let's see if Sauce can handle him.
I want him to arm bar and just go right past him.
So he just signed a 4-year, $120 million extension with the Jets.
So that's 30 per.
So he'll be there for a long time.
I love the teams that are okay with giving away 2. If you got
well,
your
the way
guy,
you look
give
at it,
away
it's
2
like this
ones.
is a first-round pick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And the contract already says so, though.
And he's a known commodity,
That's a lot.
too.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
because I always argue you're giving away draft capital and cash.
Yeah.
That's a lot to give away.
Yeah, I'm okay with that, though. If he's a known commodity at the top of his position.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
And if you're going to trade a first-round pick, you want a guy who is under contract for a while, who's going to be there.
Yeah, well, it's so funny because I'm thinking to myself, $30 million for Sauce, much smarter than what Kyler Murray is commanding in Arizona
my
right
God.
now.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, we need to get back.
You hate him so much, and every time I just watch the downfall of him, all I can do is think of Joe sitting there maniacally laughing.
And dude, he had his beanie. He had his beanie and his Oakleys behind him last night because his future's so bright he's got to carry around his shades. And they're going to Jakobi Brissett him right out of the desert.
Who looked great.
Yeah, he did.
You could make an argument, and I'm not saying I'm not trying to judge this pick already, but you can make an argument that the safer pick of 2 1s for a proven commodity at the top of his position is safer than what the Jaguars did for Travis Hunter.
I don't think it's a bad argument at all because you can. All right, let's carry this over the 1 o'clock hour because we have already said it many times. If you use both first rounders to get a cornerback and a wide receiver, you might feel better about yourself right now. Now that he's been injured, you're missing 2 positions because of one guy. It's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway. Speed.
45-50.
Talent.
How high can you leap?
Opportunity.
Just when they needed it most.
Listen for the Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game. Experience the universal difference on 1010XL.
Movember is Cancer Awareness Month, so educate yourself on the risk factors for prostate and other cancers. Take charge of your health. Many cancers are highly preventable. Trust the physicians at Ackerman Cancer Center. AckermanCancerCenter.com.
When all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. I'm Dr. George Bari, and like me, I know you have been bombarded with PRP and stem cell treatments from companies that promise the world and charge prices to match. Or the surgeon that convinced you the only way to treat your injuries through surgery. At Bari Orthopedics, we offer the best PRP treatment on the market with prices that won't cost you an arm and a leg. We also have the expertise to treat your injury surgically, if that is what it entails. We can discuss all surgical and non-surgical options with you and make sure you get the best treatment available. Come see me, Dr. George Bari at Bari Orthopedics.
It's a magical phone line.
Check this out.
It brings you things you can't get anywhere else, like insider insight from sports experts. Listen for the Checkmate Coatings phone line. Check. Every day on 1010XL.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at over $3,600 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more value at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Bring your marketing to the next level with 3D Digital, your local video production and digital marketing agency that specializes in ensuring your brand story is seen, heard, and remembered. Our award-winning team creates professional content that will be launched across multiple platforms to precisely target your audience. Call us at 904-712-4004 or visit 3ddigital.com to define, design, and deliver exceptional results for your business.
Tired of running out of hot water? It's probably time for a new water heater. Call Duck Duck Rooter, the plumbing pros who specialize in water heater installation and service, including tankless water heaters, gas or electric. Call us today for service. DuckDuckRooter.com.
When storms start to crop up in the Atlantic or Gulf this time of year, having a solid plan to handle anything that sweeps through the First Coast is very important. That's where American Electrical comes in. Ensure your home's safety and comfort with an American Electrical home generator. As the area's leading home generator dealer and installer, American Electrical can offer you easy installation, simple maintenance, and peace of mind. Schedule an assessment by simply calling the team at American Electrical. They'll walk you through the best generator for your home or business. Log on, American-Electrical.com.
Hey, Jags fans, Tommy Mack here. Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with Crown Royal Rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with generous spirit. Visit crownroyal.com/Royal Rig on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
Universal Roof and Contracting presents the Offensive Player of the Game. Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is universal.
Travis Etienne was masterful in Las Vegas. The teal and black back recorded 84 yards on 22 carries, with his longest run going for 20 yards. Number one was the one who carried the good guys, both figuratively and literally. And he's your Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game.
Homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through November 13th. Financing available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting. Protecting your home, building your trust.
License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com.
Introducing the Jags Stack at Firehouse Subs.
A sub so bold, we had to name it after the team that roars. Packed with protein and made to satisfy a football-sized appetite. It's stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, and roast beef. Topped with provolone fresh veggies and our new Duval drizzle. Order the new Jags Stack in the app right now. Available for limited time at participating Jacksonville Firehouse Subs restaurants. The hottest subs in Duval!
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by FSBDC at UNF. The AFC South is active during the NFL's trading deadline as the Indianapolis Colts are trading 2 first-round picks to the Jets for cornerback Sauce Gardner. The Jets had signed Sauce Gardner to a 4-year, $120 million extension this offseason. The Jacksonville Jaguars have acquired Jakobi Meyers from the Las Vegas Raiders in exchange for 4th and 6th round picks. On his 7 appearances for the Raiders this season, Meyers recorded 33 catches for 352 yards and no touchdowns on 49 targets. Right now, 72 degrees at 103. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. We know what cool sounds like. XL Primetime. But what does it feel like? Find out at FloridaHomeAC.com. 1010XL.
We got one of our coaches coming in about 15 minutes. Gerald Ingram, Super Bowl winning running backs coach with Tom Coughlin up there in New York, and a longtime member here coaching up Freddie T and all them here in Duval. So we'll have him a little bit later on breaking down the Jags win over the Raiders. Staying in the NFL, we're going to get back to that Sauce Gardner deal, and we'll repeat it for those who might have just jumped in the car or just put us back on the stream, whatever it might be. But last night, honestly, Jacoby Brissett made the brass of Arizona blink and sit there and go, are we going to keep paying Kyler Murray? And I believe, what is your nickname for Trevor?
I-275.
I-275.
Yeah, I-275.
Kyler Murray's I-240.
Okay, 240.
Okay? So he's got
Is that how much it was? 240?
Yeah, 240.
Wow, that was like a year before, 2 years before Trev.
I don't think so. I think it was, I'd have to go back and look. Might have been a year before, after they made the playoffs.
Was he the highest paid quarterback when he got the deal?
They all fit in there somewhere. But anyway, here the message is simple. He is not getting it done. Now he's hurt. He's been hurt probably more often than they would like to see. That's for sure. And Jacoby Brissett goes out there and just stays in the pocket, accurate with the football. Marvin Harrison Jr. probably loves it more than anybody right now.
Yeah, but are you gonna sit that? You gonna give him a paid vacation?
I don't know who's gonna deal for him.
No one's gonna take that contract.
No.
I mean, he's been underwhelming since he got the contract. Had a little playoff push that gave him the contract. But no.
As a fantasy owner of Marvin Harrison Jr., I would really like to see Jakobi Brissett.
You're all for it.
Stay as the quarterback.
It was funny because Joe Buck and Troy Aikman went in on it last night talking about Marvin Harrison Sr. Not happy. He said, "Put my name on that. I ain't happy with what's happening." And
they showed that his son got more targets on the first drive last night than in his entire career on the first drive.
And so he went full helicopter dad, but I don't blame him.
Yeah, but too often this is a management decision and not a coach's decision.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, that kind of money, you're not going to, especially if he gets cleared. I mean, he was hurt, but if he gets cleared, I mean, there's a way managers going to have that kind of money sitting on the bench.
Yeah, probably
despite the productivity of Brissett. Because I can tell you with that team, the locker room wants Jakobi out there.
Yeah, because he's right now, he delivered a huge win. And for the Dallas Cowboys, who were scoring over 40 points at home, they suck.
They were terrible.
They're not good.
They suck. And Jerry Jones right now, he is crying in his I'm just crying in his kettle, okay? Because I don't think it's
they made Stephen A. sit next to him.
Yeah, it's Stephen A.
I gotta watch my team lose, and
he got up and got out quick too.
I gotta
in the
listen
fourth
to
quarter,
Stephen
man.
A. too.
Stephen A. He watched another Jakobi Brissett to whoever Trey McBride touchdown. He gets Jerry. I'll see you later.
That was a bad suit too, bro. That Pepto-Bismol suit,
it gives you a little nausea, doesn't it? And I'm not against pink. I love it.
But utilize it wisely.
Yeah. Whew. So we talk about this all the time. Like things can go really bad, and Duval's been dealing with it probably way too often for far too many years, and now you're back on the climb. And I'd rather have this situation than what they've got in Dallas. Because Dallas and Dak couldn't get a whole hell of a lot done last night, and then when he did, it wasn't good. And CeeDee Lamb didn't help him, and it was just a hot mess.
Well, it's interesting how at least the Cowboys. I was a little surprised the Cowboys' offense didn't show up. The defense can't stop the run, can't get any pass rush. So I thought that at least the Cowboys at home would have an offense, but they didn't have anything on yesterday.
Yeah, I mean the defense just looks terrible right now.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And this has been this way for a while. They've gone through defensive coordinators. Coach Campo moved back to Dallas. They may be calling him right now, okay? Because Mike Zimmer didn't work. Matt Eberflus is not working. You can go back to the guy before, or I guess it was Dan Quinn before him, and Quinn got a job off of it. But still, that team just gives up way too much.
I also think we might be bearing the lead from that game. At what point does Jakobi Brissett start treading into Chase Daniel area of making a hell of a lot of money as a solid backup?
He already has. I mean, how long has he even been in the league? Probably 10 years.
He's been all over the place.
How long has he been in the league? Is it 10?
He's been with the Colts. He's been with the Patriots. He's been all over the place.
God, that's right. He was quarterbacking for Muschamp.
Yeah, well, and then he left. Yeah, I don't know if that's.
Then he went to NC State. So his first year was 2016. So we're coming up on 10 seasons in the league.
How many teams?
Well, he was with the Pats twice,
think,
so we'll count that as one.
4.
But
Okay.
3,
All
4, 5, 6.
6? What's his career earnings?
Give me a second.
Trying to get it.
He's become like the modern day version of Chase Daniel is what he is.
But no, he's better than that. Chase didn't start that many games.
No, I know that, but I mean like the guy that's just he's on the bench and
this guy
$65 million.
Yeah, I think that's more than Chase Daniel too.
Yeah, Chase made around 60.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah,
man.
and
Great
so
career.
but look, he doesn't.
Are you disgusted that a backup quarterback made $65 million?
A little bit. But I keep my hand out of people's pockets.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're a bigger man than I am.
You always do that. You never mess with that.
All right, so it's all right. Back to the Indianapolis Colts. If you didn't hear it, they have traded 2 first-round draft picks for Sauce Gardner. Now, the one thing that's at least going in their favor right now is that they, going into this past week, had the best record in the NFL. So whoever is, if they were to keep it going, whoever's going to get that, one of their first-round draft picks is going to be near the bottom. But they want to make sure that they get a good guy when they can. And take a big hefty contract with it.
When you make this kind of deal that they made, you're not thinking divisional. You're thinking about taking out the big dogs.
Yeah.
The KCs, the Buffaloes of the world.
Is it kind of interesting, though, that this happens after Jonathan Taylor was held to below 50 yards and Danny Dimes got picked off 3 times?
Yeah.
That they went to the other side of the ball.
Yeah, I am. I mean, because shoot, they had 6 turnovers, bro, and 5 sacks. Steelers get unleashed on them.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And so, I would have thought if they were, and like you said, they're trying to be aggressive, and
as a GM, you can't be a prisoner of the moment.
No.
Like, you got to see that our offense is the strong side of the ball.
Right, especially when you've won 7 of your first 8 games, you got to know, hey, we might have something here.
Right. And he knew whenever they did pull this deal where the weak spot was, where the weak link was.
Yeah, I mean, because they're equipped offensively. I mean, both of their wide receivers had over 100 yards against Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
And John, you knew the Steelers was going to. He'll be fine. So know the weakest link might be the backside of your defense, so you address it.
Yeah. So it is kind of interesting to see if anyone else does anything big and bold. That was a big step. We already mentioned what the Philadelphia Eagles have done. Howie Roseman executing quite a few deals, but this one is the biggest of them all. We'll keep an eye on the trade deadline as we get closer and closer, and we go along until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Let's get ready for Gerald Ingram. Let's say thanks to the Beaver Automotive Group. You can definitely check them out. Beaver Mitsubishi, Beaver Chevy, and Beaver Toyota. And the beautiful new dealership at I-95 and 207 is right next to Best Bet St. Augustine. And you can go in there and find so many cars to choose from. The Mitsubishi lot in the AUG on US 1 has an unbelievable pre-owned department as well. And then, of course, Brett and the boys, Beaver Chevy right there on Phillips Highway. I needed to shout out Percy also, because I'm always naming Brett and Jamie and all them. Percy's like, man, I listen all the time. Why don't you give me a little shout out? So mercy, Percy, I'm giving you one as well.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. It's a snapshot in time. Unbelievable concentration. But in the end, there's always a play that stood out.
And there's the biggest play of the day.
Listen for the performance painting high performance play of the game on 1010XL.
Since 1901, generations of skilled union workers have built the backbone of our community. Hospitals, schools, the buildings where you work. Every year, a new apprentice class of Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians is stepping up, trained, driven, and ready to do great things. They're not just building our city, they're building their future. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to become a member or contractor today.
Duval! Yes, you heard that right. We love being in Duval County, and we love this city. So during football season, it's absolutely Luval around here. Hey, it's Don from Taco Lou, and yes, it is that time of year again. I know everyone's working hard all week getting ready for game day. Taco Lou is ready for you. If it's pregame, if it's postgame, during the game. No matter what your game is, enjoy it with us at Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
Luval! I'm Max Fink, and I'm your Gator Updater. Listen for the Gator Report several times a week on 1010XL.
Freshened up by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators, 1010XL.
Go, Gators!
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
When you're faced with damage in your home from water, fire, or mold, you need a team with the expertise to fix it right.
Resto Pros!
A locally owned, nationally backed franchise that's here to help you when you need them. A team that does it right the first time.
Resto Pros!
Remember, you don't have to use the insurance company's preferred contractors. Get it done right by a licensed professional you can trust. Call 904-201-9151 or go to RestoProsNEFlorida.com. That's RestoProsNEFlorida.com.
Resto Pros!
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. I love Hello Smooth Med Spa, my go-to for skin health and beauty. Their biggest event of the year is November 19th, National Botox Day. Huge deals, local vendors, and it benefits Make-A-Wish. Don't miss it. Visit HelloSmooth.com for more details.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Hi, this is Dave Barker with IHRS. People ask,
Are your solutions for thinning hair permanent? Yes, our solutions have permanent natural results and are guaranteed to work. Put our 35 years of experience helping 10,000 plus men and women to work for your thinning hair. Our trademark hair transplant procedures will give you 3 times more hair in one procedure. PRP and laser treatments are fast, easy, and effective, and only take 30 minutes. Most of our staff have experienced hair loss ourselves. Our caring and confidential team can help you look better and feel better about yourself and restoring your hair again.
For your confidential consultation, call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or go to hairforme.com. That's hairforme.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
When plumbing problems strike, don't settle for just any plumber. Make the superior choice with Superior Plumbing and Pipeline. We don't just fix leaks, we fix them right. With honesty, fair pricing, and innovative solutions that can save you thousands. From camera inspections of your pipes to trenchless pipelining that repairs cast iron pipes without tearing up your yard. We go way beyond the drip and clog at Superior Plumbing and Pipeline. No gimmicks, no upsells, just superior service every time. Make the superior choice. Learn more at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
All right, another trade in the NFL. On trade deadline day, the Saints are sending wide receiver Rashid Shaheed to the Seahawks for a 4th and 5th round pick. He's got like 500 yards and a few touchdowns this season.
Okay, so if you're doing a little comp, that's a 4th and a 5th and a few touchdowns from him, more yardage.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Sorry.
More, yeah, because Jakobi hasn't gotten in the end zone, but more touchdowns and 150 more yards in receiving, something like that. So there you go. All right. So we'll keep an eye on the trade deadline. It goes until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Right now, we get to say hello to one of our coaches, both sides of the ball. We do the podcast every Tuesday, and we got Coach Gerald Ingram hanging out with us. He's a running back coach by trade, but you're just a football man, right?
I just love the game of football and how it's being played.
That's it. That's it more than anything else. All right, pull that microphone close to you and give us an idea as we jump into conversation. And you guys are more than welcome to jump in with Coach Gerald Ingram. He coached under TC here and then also up in New York on their way to winning a couple Super Bowls. Not a pretty game offensively to start, but then they got it going.
No, it was good to see that they finally got going offensively. Especially in the second half. I mean, what we did to run the ball and how we did it, it was kind of out of what he did, but it was a great strategic plan to get in jumbo people out there and try to create some lanes in the run game and balance people up and put another tackle to that side. See, when you have 3 tight ends, normally you do it when you have 3 tight ends, but we didn't have 3 tight ends. And then you can do more in the pass game when you have 3 tight end offense like that. You know, you can run your nakeds and boots and comebacks. There's a lot of different things. Your one-on-one matchups on the outside with the X receiver, you can actually have a chance to go deep in those things. You can run your double moves out of there. You can run your slants, your 1-step slant, 3-step slant. You know, there's a lot of different things you can do. And then I think now that he's seen it, he's probably going to progress to the pass game off of it.
Yeah.
So that's good. And not have to worry about it's an RPO and why are you throwing the RPO? Kind of like that shovel play. You know, just pitch the ball. But I truly believe the kid didn't understand the play. Because there's no reason, because the receiver had no idea he was not getting the ball. Because normally if the man over him blitzes, he becomes the hot guy. He doesn't understand why the ball's being thrown. That's why he looks like he's backing into him.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
and both defenders converge from both sides.
And we watch Kansas City run this all the time. Even Mahomes threw it behind his back to Kelsey on a shovel. You know, you widen and sprint out. You roll out to control the ends, rush up the field. The lineman's the pull on the linebacker. So if there's two guys there, you pitch the ball. If that extra guy comes, now he becomes the hot guy to throw.
Listen, Coach, the lineman in me, I'm a proponent of starting the game that way against Texas. I mean, because we're down guys.
I like that.
Going in jumbo package and just bring it, just chopping wood. I mean, what do you think?
Well, I think you do, but I think I don't think you can solely be in that, but I think high percentage of being in and out of that because of your receiver situation. But you just picked up a receiver, okay? All right, now, who's the more valuable guy to move? It's going to have to end up being Washington. Okay, he's the guy who's smart enough conceptually to have to play outside and inside. Now, you bring this Jakobi in, and then he just has to learn a tag. You put him in slot, so the plays are just being tagged. The outside receivers who already know the offense are fine. In the huddle, if they just tag the slot receiver, he just learns what happens. We were here, and I remember we lost all the running backs other than Fred Taylor. We brought Anthony Johnson in from Carolina Panthers. That kid, it's amazing. He had to learn our offense by Sunday because there wasn't anybody else.
He came in one day.
He had 1 day.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, and Don Capers recommended him because he had him at Carolina, and Don was our defensive coordinator. He said he's a smart player. That's why you take this receiver. He's an experienced guy. He's a smart player, probably conceptually knows, and they say he's a good locker room guy. So, you need a quick fix because we don't know the status of all these receivers.
Right.
We didn't know what the status was a week ago. It might have even been worse than we knew. Okay.
We've already gone down that road.
Right. Yeah. So some guys might have been dinged before they even played this game, and they just became more dinged.
So here's the thing I have is there danger in moving Parker Washington from the slot where he's so productive?
No, because you have to get through the game. You got to get through one game.
Yeah.
Which guy can do it? And he's already been asked to do both.
There you go.
All right.
So explain that,
and
Coach.
Played better
because they've motioned him, and
he's clearly better in the slot, though, right?
Right, he is. But you got to get through this next game, because if the new guy coming in gets, the routes is the same, but what you call it is what people stumble over.
Okay.
Well,
The
I
verbiage.
thought this. The whole verbiage.
Yep.
Of that outside receiver. Those two, the concept of the outside in is where you want to lessen your mistakes.
Got it.
Because now it throws your quarterback off. So
he's already got enough to worry about.
Right, he's got enough to worry about. But if he tags the slot, it's X read, Z follow, Z return, Z. It's a simple fix because that X receiver. He's in the huddle already telling him what to do. It's already part of the scheme. On his game plan sheet, he might only have to change a couple plays that the quarterback literally tells him what to do.
So he's probably en route to Jacksonville now, right? They've probably emailed him a playbook.
Day off today,
guess, right?
Yep.
No,
day off today.
You're not doing that.
No,
he's going to be here. I've been through it many times over the years.
So how does it work? He's got 2 days to prepare.
While you're game planning, I was never in the meeting room game planning. I was one-on-one with that individual, learning the verbiage, the concepts, and say, same as son, got to get through one game. Same as, like as, and if you have any questions, ask the quarterback. Now, will they motion and do those things? Probably not. Will they get in jumbo? More than they have.
Likely, yeah.
Okay? Yeah. They'll get in 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. He's not on the field. Because he's who? He's the slot. You put him outside, you force this guy to play the whole game.
So
yeah.
So match this up because it is kind of interesting. And I thought Greg Newsome would be able to walk in with the trade from Tyson Campbell and Greg Newsome, that he'd be able to walk in and kind of have a decent idea of what the calls were going to be. Anyway, he said going through the bye week was paramount for him to pick up the necessary information to go out there, and he played better this week. He did. He made plays.
Did. There were some plays being made out there.
Yeah.
It just felt defensively not enough at times, but we needed one more play. Is what we needed. And it's amazing, like we talked earlier, is when Walker got taken off the field, that puts stresses on other people you don't have a pass rush.
No.
And it was tilted to one side.
Yeah.
It really was. But to feel comfortable, you say it's cover 2, but people play it differently. You're playing jam, you're playing inside, you're playing outside technique. I've always played this. There's a lot of variables. Well, I didn't catch that. Not catching that or a sense of doubt, all of a sudden now guy's over your head.
Yeah.
We already saw a safety. What's he doing in the last play of the game? You're a safety.
Still had a guy open.
Yes.
Yeah, if that ball hadn't been batted down.
Right.
Coach, what's your assessment of ATN in that game against the Rays? I think that might have been the toughest run I've seen ATN run probably since he's been here.
I think his physical run was needed. He made plays behind the line of scrimmage. He avoided some people. He bounced off people. He pinballed off of people that don't tackle. I mean, we see even our own guys, we don't tackle anymore. We just throw a shoulder.
Hey, Coach, you can't chicken wing Ashton Genty, can you?
Not at all. He's a hell of a back. Yeah. Just the way his lower center of gravity is on Gentry.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got great leg strength, and he's got great power. And you got to wrap that guy up, and that showed on ETN. The thing I really liked about him is he showed his toughness, he showed his physical toughness, and he was trying his yards after first contact. Because as a running back, we can't. It's like the pass game. The quarterback's not efficient if the offensive line doesn't block. The running back has to get started through the line of scrimmage. When we played against the Eddie Georges and those kinds, Dom Capers used to say in the meetings all the time, even when we played Barry Sanders, if you don't allow them to get started, they can't have their day.
Oh, yeah.
Our offensive line allowed ETN to show himself, gain the confidence that he needed. If you only give him 3, 4 carries or 5 carries, I don't care if you're Jerome Bettis.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get him.
He is
going.
one of those guys too. Like if he gains confidence early, he plays much better.
Much better.
Yeah.
You get that guy confidence that now he feels like he can dominate the game inside between the tackles or outside. And I thought that's what was good in this game. He played well in between the tackles as well as outside.
I feel like every time he gets like a 10, 11, 12-yard run early, boom, it clicks for him.
And
just feed him.
Yeah. To Big Source's point is that he bounced off of people and stayed upright and played a physical brand of running the football, which we've seen him with quick stuff and good moves, but physical.
Yeah, that was the most impressive thing. His physical finish is what we needed. The line gets motivated when a guy does that.
I bet you,
that gets them excited because now they're ready to pancake people, finish their blocks on people. There were some people knocking people off the ball. Now there were some people that made mistakes here, but you can see the energy to run the ball was really good for our offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, listen. The running back is our resume as an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
How well he does shines on us.
Yeah.
So when they come in the huddle, Fred got a lot of people think Fred was quiet, but Fred got amped when he had big yards because he'll come in there and he'll celebrate with the old line. And say, that's the way he look some curse words going on in there. But he said that's what I'm talking about, old line.
Yeah.
And we get fired up because they're fired up.
All right, so let's carry this over. We got Coach Gerald Ingram with us. By the way, one of our texters, you Nooners, you prime timers, we love you. Hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010. I used to work with Coach Ingram's son at a gym in town. Glad to hear you're doing well, so that's good. Just keep dropping knowledge on our listeners. We appreciate it, that's for sure. So can they keep the run game going? Let's talk about that against the Houston Texans and other things they need to do to score a win inside the AFC South. Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota, Beaver Mitsubishi Tuesday on XLP.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. A great drive takes more than a set of wheels.
Fully loaded, I think is the term.
Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville brings you the drive of the game.
Just one thing. Yeah. Don't push any of the buttons on that car.
On 1010XL.
It's your boy, Big Sirs, All-Pro lineman, your lemon pepper guy. Nothing screams game day like Wingstop. But get this, Every Saturday and Sunday of football season, score big with Wingstop's special deal. Order a 75-piece wing pack online at wingstop.com or with a Wingstop app using promo code JAX15 to get $15 off. That's right. Carry on or delivery. Is your call. Use online promo code JAX15 for $15 off a 75-piece wing pack. Fire up your game day order this weekend with Wingstop.
Football season is here, and our hometown team isn't the only one ready to stack up the wins. At Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi, you score big every time you shop with us. Thousands of vehicles, no flags, no fumbles, just hassle-free car buying and big wins with lifetime warranties, lifetime oil changes, and lifetime customer service. Plus, our wow pricing lets you celebrate a touchdown of savings. Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi. We're here to wow you.
Hey, it's Brent with Arcosa Crushed Concrete. If you've got concrete or asphalt rubble on your site, let me buy it from you, and I will recycle it into construction material for your future projects. Arcosa Crushed Concrete. Get paid for what you don't need.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminex. When mice and rats show up in your home or business, they can be a real pain. You need them out fast, before they have time to multiply. Terminex knows how to shut down rodents and will keep them from coming back to wreak more havoc. When rodents show up, so does Terminex. Don't live with a rodent problem, Terminex it. Visit Terminex.com today to schedule a free inspection online just like I did. That's TERMINIX.com. TERMINIX.com.
Hey, it's Rick Ballou. I just upgraded my home with fantastic floors, and the experience was incredible. Rusty and the team brought the showroom to me with their at-home consultation. The whole process was simple, the installation was top-notch, and the results, absolutely fantastic. Take it from me. Don't wait. Visit fanfloors.com and schedule your at-home consultation today. Fantastic Floors, where every step is fantastic.
Kuhn Flowers announces their home holiday decorating team is now taking orders for the holiday season. This is Max with 1010XL. No more hassling with tree buying, untangling, and hanging burned out lights. Call Kuhn Flowers. They'll do it all.
This is Mark Nato. My son Justin injured his hand playing baseball for JU. Southeast orthopedic specialist performed surgery just a few days later, and within 5 weeks, he was cleared to play in the ASUN baseball tournament. Our family has trusted Southeast orthopedic specialists for years. For any orthopedic injury, let Southeast orthopedic specialists take care of you too.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast orthopedic specialists.
Hi, I'm Amber Frangie. You know that other Frangie? Well, he's my dad. But I'm here to tell you about how much I appreciate the Awaken 180 weight loss program and how it's changed my life. Like a lot of folks, I let myself go a little. Not proud of that, but it happens. And I wasn't sure what to do. I've tried a lot of other weight loss programs, but they just didn't work. Not like Awaken 180. Can you believe I've lost 70 pounds in less than 4 months? With Awaken 180, there's no medication, no shots, and no side effects. And best of all, really fast results. You eat the food that's provided, and it's really good food. You work with a coach on a regular basis who guides you through the whole process. I'm never hungry. In fact, I never feel like I'm sacrificing anything. Just living a totally normal life. That's my new normal. And now, in October, they're offering free consultations. So there's no reason not to call them and learn more. Call them at 844-346-1800, or you can visit awaken180.com. It really has changed my life, and I bet it'll change yours too. That's Awaken 180.
Introducing the Jags Stack at Firehouse Subs. A sub so bold, we had to name it after the team that roars. Packed with protein and made to satisfy a football-sized appetite. It's stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, and roast beef. Topped with provolone fresh veggies and our new Duval drizzle. Order the new Jags Stack in the app right now. Available for limited time at participating Jacksonville Firehouse Subs restaurants. The hottest subs in Duval!
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, my takeaway is that I think it's absurd that these coaches have been paid $1 billion in payouts over the last decade. But within the last 5 years, it's not sustainable paying these players all this money. we going off the guardrails? I'll quit if we start playing players. Get out of here.
Remember when
Such
Davos said
hypocrites.
that?
Yeah, such hypocrites. Man.
And just to repeat,
the day we start paying players is the day I quit.
Yeah.
To be fair, they have quit.
Right, he has quit.
Yeah, well.
Same people are moving out of the country, too. But just to repeat what Big Sur's saying, $1 billion since 2014 paid to coaches to not coach, to go away.
That part.
You guys are not going to be happy when Eli Drinkwitz suddenly makes $12 or $13 million a year to coach Florida. You are not going to be happy about that.
No, I'm not. I'm going to start saving up to pay him to go away.
Fully guaranteed?
You don't think he's leaving? It'll be fully guaranteed. None of these guys are going to be taking these big jobs unless they're fully guaranteed.
Wow. All right, Coach Ingram is hanging out with us. We got to ask him, would you love to have had a buyout like that?
You know, it's the best job in America right now is to be a fired head coach in college. Yeah, I mean, seriously. Actually, the lottery is to get the job knowing that you're going to get fired and get paid
Very
to
true.
do nothing but sit at home, go fishing and golfing.
Hey, look, street workers and head coaches, go away.
By the way, the buyout, Don Strock, FIU, $250. Mine was $10,000.
All right, man.
I mean, my takeaway is really just what I said there. It's a kind of a half and half takeaway. It's that, like, if you're not happy with that, more's coming. More of that big money's on the way.
Yeah.
And then my second part of my takeaway moves to the NFL is it's like Coach Ingram said, it's a one-game thing. Just get through this game.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about is C.J. Stroud hurt or not. What's Davis Mills going to play like? Can we do this with Jakobi Meyers on such short notice? Just get through this game. And then if you can get BTJ back, or if you can get some semblance of health in that
And
room,
Diami. Yeah, exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And Diami.
Yeah.
Then you've got an opportunity to kind of really make a run. We were talking about this yesterday. This is a big game for them.
Yeah.
You somehow find a way to win this game. You are literally on the precipice of making the playoffs.
And Coach
because
Ingram,
you got 2 more games against the Titans, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Two against the Titans, 2 against the Colts.
2 against the Titans, 1 against the Jets. So that's if you win this game, okay, that puts you at 6. That's 3 wins right there, Titans and the Jets. They're at 9 right there. You haven't even played the Colts yet.
Yeah. We should not assume anything, but
I know we shouldn't.
But it's
right.
a good
we
assumption.
should not assume it, but
Yeah.
my point is you could easily see that and say, okay, I can see the path now.
Yeah.
You win Sunday, and the path gets a lot clearer.
So, Coach, feed off of that because if they can take that run game and take it to Houston, it ain't going to be easy beating them. We know that.
Well, that's why this game was really critical this past weekend. Guys had to rise up with their opportunities, and they did.
Agree.
So that proved to the team that we can find another way to win. Okay? No one person is bigger than the team. It's the team, the team, the team. And they believe in it, they buy in it, and they just got to, and they're resiliency through the whole game and just fight. If they continue to fight, but start faster, okay? It started off with 2 ugly teams that were playing down to each other's level. And then it ended up being two offensive teams that started the productivity and who was going to crack last. And that last crack was a hand in the air to win the game. Doesn't matter when it happened, but it happened and we won. And we were able to get our kicker back with some swag.
Yeah, exactly.
So now that's huge right now, going down the wire.
And isn't it true confidence can just kind of like run through a kicker? It can stick around for a good long time once he gets it back.
But this whole team now believes that they could be the one.
Yeah.
They're not just sitting on the bench waiting for somebody else to make it happen.
Right.
Now, can they eliminate? Can the quarterback make sure he doesn't turn the ball over? Let's take care of the ball. Can the defense continue to get at least 1 turnover a weekend? Let's do that. Can we make sure the offensive lineman doesn't get our quarterback sacked? Because we saw how that affects him. If we can do that,
among other
because
things.
now we're running the ball, we're not forcing the ball.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got an option. You're not one-dimensional that they wanted us to do. We allowed them to make us be one-dimensional and just throw.
That's a great point.
Even before the game started in one of them, we said, oh, they don't have a great secondary, so we're going to throw. No, you go out to play to win, and you win hard and tough and physical, and we'll see how it goes. But being able to command the clock as well, We came away with no points, and that was, 9-minute drive?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he just blew my mind with that analysis of the Seahawks game. They allowed the Seahawks defense to make them one-dimensional because they decided, they can't cover anybody, so we'll just keep chucking it.
Yeah. And
you just blew my mind with that.
Yeah. Well, Coach, you know me. I love that the blueprint is being tough and physical and running the football. Yes. That should be the identity. And down the stretch, you and I know this, down the stretch, you got to be able to run the ball in the play if you want to try to get to the playoffs. All this acrobatic ball down the field, all that kind of stuff. No, the teams that go far in the Januaries, the Decembers and Januaries, have to be able to run the football.
Especially in cold weather teams, cold weather cities that you play outdoors, you better run the football.
Absolutely.
So, run and play D. Run and play D.
Run and play D.
And they always say that you can get on the bus with that, and especially in those cold weather climates, and that's what you're thinking about because we went through the first 6, and you could see Kansas City, you could see Buffalo, you could see Baltimore if they claw their way back, Pittsburgh, who knows, Indy up there, and so. Yeah, that's exactly what you have to do. Go to Mile High. You better figure it out. That's for sure.
Listen, if you can't run the ball in November, December, you'll be watching it in January.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. All right, so transfer. All right, the run game's number 1. Like you said, they rediscovered a different way to win or get back to some physical traits offensively. And then defensively, you got to figure out how to, Brock Bowers, both of those tight ends were nightmares.
Yeah, they were. But there's coaching solutions that you have.
Okay, so you feel like they can kind of.
Yeah, they can. And that's the key to winning, that you have to find those solutions a lot faster than we were watching. Okay, and kind of mentioned in the podcast, when we had to play against Shannon Sharp and we couldn't stop him, and I don't want to mention his name, what happened, but you can't give a guy that kind of space and allow him not to be distracted in any way off the line of scrimmage. And Leon can contest, when we played against Tennessee Titans and they play a wide 9 technique and a switch alignment, with no matter if it's a linebacker head up over that tight end or safety over that head of the tight end. You're not giving him a space right away. You're either saying the quarterback's either got to remove himself from his read or his path looks a little bit different, but you don't allow that guy have a free release. Now, you doubled him a couple times, but you got to come back with another solution and say, I can't let that guy be a Hall of Fame when everybody in the TV is watching no one else but him.
Oh, my gosh, yes. Brock Bowers, it was a showcase game. It really was. All right, so jump in.
No. You're right. Me and my coach was talking about this in the 5th quarter. At some particular time, you can't just play textbook football. You got to let your instincts kick in at some degree. You know what I'm saying? If this guy Brock Bowers is killing us, when we play zone, then get in the deepest middle, or try to influence his path at some capacity, because you can't just let him dominate the way that he dominated.
He kept getting free releases.
Yes,
I couldn't understand.
Which is what coaches talking about.
There was one play that, boy, it could have had an interception just like our other guy in the past. He was right in the flight.
Yeah.
If he just would have just understood looking at him, he would have made the interception. And he might have gone to the house on it. But he didn't get there, but he was right there.
Right.
But that's just like Leon saying, when you study enough about a person, the hard part was he just came off the bench.
Yeah,
He's
just
been
came
hurt.
back. Yeah, exactly. Bone bruise PCL, which is pretty significant. And then also give Chip Kelly a little credit for disguising where he was at, for moving him around, alignment and all that. But I agree with you, Coach. You need it's like Coach Campo was the first to say it, but my God, put more than one body.
Sooner or later, I would have said, Coach, I made a mistake, but I wasn't going to let that guy win the game.
I say triple and quadruple cover that cat. It's unreal. All right, we're going to wrap it up with our one of our coaches, Gerald Ingram. It was a great podcast with him and Coach Mark Duffner earlier on our 1010XL social channel. So just look for both sides of the ball, and you can hear more from Coach Ingram and Coach Duff.
XL Primetime, driven by big #1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle.
Want a fresh and flavorful tailgate this season? Chicken Salad Chick has scratch-made Southern-style chicken salad perfect for lunch, parties, and your tailgate. Order 3 ways at one of 4 area locations. Call 1-833-MY-CHICK or online at chickcatering.com.
Hey, poker players. Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine are bringing you a month full of big winnings. From holiday high hams at Best Bet Jacksonville to $500 every 30 minutes up for grabs on the fast action table games. November is filled with fast, fun poker action and over $825,000 in giveaways. Best Bet has all the action this month. See all the details at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband-wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at Goosehead.com.
Your home is your sanctuary, where memories are made. Jack's homeowners trust Superior Fence and Rail to make their home feel safe, secure, and complete. Imagine a classic wood fence for privacy, sturdy aluminum to protect your pets, or a modern vinyl design that boosts curb appeal. Every fence is built with precision and pride, standing strong in every season.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Hey, it's Angela and Brian Wall. How many companies do you know in this day and age that actually want their potential customers to call their competition and get quotes from them?
That's what WindoWorld wants you to do. WindoWorld knows there are other window companies out there, but we also know those other guys. When compared to WindoWorld, they can't offer you the quality at the price that WindoWorld can.
And with Window World, you get the absolute best guarantee there is in the window replacement business.
If anything goes wrong with your new Window World windows, 5 years from now, 10, 15, 50, Window World and I will be there to fix it for you. You get peace of mind with Window World, and to top it off, Window World windows increase the value of your home. So look what you get with Window World. Quality windows, low price, the best guarantee in the business, energy savings, and an increase in the value of your home. A win-win for you.
Call Window World today and get your free in-home estimate or see them online at windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World. Simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
Football season is all about hanging at home and watching the big ball games. Well, if your AC and heating unit is letting you down and keeping those electric bills sky high, think about getting a new energy-efficient AC unit from Florida Home AC. They've got great deals on replacements plus rebates and incentives to make it more affordable. Call Florida Home AC at 777-4300 and get their expert staff to take a look. Football season is all about fun and playing for the win. Make sure you have the winning team on your side with Florida Home AC.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active, reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. The online banking services are outstanding, so easy to use. Depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards for 3 years running, and it's easy to see why. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
About to hand it off to Helmets and Heels. XL Primetime wrapping it up with one of our coaches, Gerald Ingram, as we look back at that big Vegas win and now inside the AFC South taking on the Houston Texans. We mentioned that run game can travel. Defense needs to travel. The Jakobi Meyers trade, we mentioned a little bit of that, Coach, earlier, but kind of hit that one more time because now you've got a guy that's going to come in. You're going to try and stuff him full of information. He is, I want to say, since 2024, according to PFF, number 3 in the least amount of drops. Duval will take that all day, Coach, if you can find one that can hang on to it around here.
Yeah, the most important thing, they took an experienced guy, to come in the locker room. that is probably going to be more ready to play than taking any other young guy or anyone. So this is a good fit right now because of the injury situation, and we can continue on. I mean, obviously we had a list of other positions, maybe an offensive guard or D tackle or something like that. But as far as the need right now, when you look at it and say, hey, we got a situation in the receiver situation that has to be answered, and it's nice to be able to have that kind of luxury right now, who's an experienced guy that you think you can win one game with, and then worry about the next game after that.
Now, who's your wide receiver one?
My number one?
Yeah, who would you go with now?
Right
with all
now,
the injuries right now.
With the injuries, it's got to be Washington.
Washington. Okay.
And Parker's proven that he can step up in big plays. Yards per catch has been pretty damn good.
Right.
Solid set of hands. He's had whatever. He went through one game with a couple of
I mean, he was the one last week against the Raiders.
Yeah.
He was.
He was the dude.
He was. Even with Brian Thomas in there, he was the one.
Yeah. And Brian Thomas did kick it up and created a couple of extra opportunities before that.
He did.
Before that ankle.
He had a good game. I thought the receiver core and Edgar Bennett done a hell of a job trying to solve that issue.
Mm-hmm.
They only had one legitimate drop too.
Right.
But that was a solid issue.
And Edgar Bennett came in with this staff as the wide receivers coach. You think of him as a running back if you're old Jacksonville fans, but he's done a killer job.
Yeah, he's done a wonderful job. Edgar was a great running back at Green Bay and a hometown guy, here for former head coach at Bowles.
Yeah.
But he's been a receiver coach over the years, and he's done a good job in that transition. Matter of fact, when we brought him in here as a free agent, he knew the offense as well as any quarterback when we took him to the board. We almost had him here as a Jaguar.
Okay, that's interesting. I like hearing that. Because he was a great, like you said, under Corky, and then a great Florida State Seminole, and then obviously a very good Green Bay Packer.
Extremely smart, brilliant player.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like hearing that. All right, let's check in with Helmets and Heels.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Taylor Dahl, you guys are getting ready to roll. You had a good time in Vegas?
Yes, I'm still trying to catch up on sleep from Vegas. But
IV and fluids, is that what's going on right now?
Yeah, it's a blast though. Circa's amazing, and football season's better. Like, we went in the summertime, but watching with all the sports books, all the TVs there, watching games, like obviously the World Series is on one massive TV. The Bulls game was on another one. I'm like, this is what heaven looks and feels like. This is what it is. But
You need the bankroll and all that.
Yeah.
All right, what's coming up?
Yeah, obviously Jakobi Meyers, we're going to talk about that quite a bit. We'll open the show with that. And then the Colts getting Sauce Gardner. They retaliated pretty quickly right after what they're doing. See if anything else trickles in. There's some rumors that Jags have one more coming in. We'll see if that happens. But trade deadline in general, what do the Jags do moving forward? We're talking about injuries everywhere right now on the team, who was pretty healthy early on, and things are kind of unraveling. So can they get through some of that? The teams they have coming up, there's some tough opponents, but overall it's a losing record that they have combined of the opponents coming up. But how do they win? And that's going to be the big question.
Yeah, and I like Jimmy Gladstone's ever active, so we'll take it. All right, Taylor, we'll be listening. Thank you. All right, Helmets and Heels coming up. And like we said, just when you take a look at the idea of trying to fortify that roster down the stretch, that's all you can do is answer the bell, and they're trying to do it with the injury concerns that they've got, particularly in that wide receiver room. We'll see. Now, Dill is one of the guys on social that says he thinks there's one more move in them, and so we'll see whether that happens.
There almost has to be, right?
Yeah. Well, it could be. I would love for it to be an interior defensive lineman or a pass
tight
rush.
end, bro.
Yeah, that as well. But you just got to look and see. Who are you thinking? Are you thinking there's one more move?
Yeah, we got to find us a pass rusher somewhere. Either interior or outside. Something.
Yeah.
Am I the only guy looking at tight end group?
No,
saying,
I don't think that's impossible.
Might be a problem.
Yeah, at all. They were down to one. So, yeah, they definitely need to be looking at that. Coach Ingram, thank you, buddy. We appreciate it. Always great having Coach Ingram. Don't forget, both sides of the ball. Check out the podcast. Thanks to the Beaver dealers. You can check out Mitsubishi, Chevy, and Toyota store. Just log on with the Beaver Automotive Group. Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Sirs, JJ, and Coach Ingram.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. Florida Gators football.
All the way to the goal line.
The Gators crawl on the bluegrass.
Touchdown, Gators.
Florida, Kentucky, Saturday at 7:30 on Jacksonville's home of Florida Gators football, 1010 XL.
Hi, I'm John Haney from Clearwater Gutters and Drainage. After heavy rains, the